In Conjola Park on New Year's Eve, it felt like the world was ending, not just the year. The wildfire swept through in minutes, forcing residents to seek refuge on the edge of a lake as helicopters attempted to quell the wall of flames.
There you go, he's got it. Hey!
Here, local resident Peter Reutman films as the fire approached his neighbour's house. This is all that's left. And Peter's home didn't survive either.
I jumped in the car. It was so hot, the heat, I can't describe how hot it was. And the ferocity and the speed of this fire, anyone that thought they were going to beat this fire were really taking life into their own hands.
This is what happens when one of these firestorms collides with a community. This is all that's left of Conjola Park, where at least 89 homes have been destroyed and one person killed. You can see it was literally hot enough to melt cars. And what's so worrying is just a few miles down the coast, there are other places facing exactly the same prospect. This photo of Conjola Park has come to symbolise a country with flame fronts that are so long they could stretch from Sydney to London. Pascal Hegarty hasn't experienced fear like this since she escaped the war in Lebanon.
Unbelievable. You could hear trees, gas bottles exploding. It was like a war zone. I have lived in war zone and that's what it reminded me of, yeah.
Oh. For those who've lost everything they own, the only comfort is knowing family and friends survived. The Princess Highway is the only way out, and right now it's closed. A 200-mile traffic jam as the clock ticks down to more searing heat and fire risk this weekend.
I would like to get home. I'd like to not have to sleep in my car tonight, but I know that there's probably others who don't have sort of food in the car and water with them, and the night will be quite tough for them, I think.
A state of emergency has been declared as Australia's Prime Minister fends off accusations of failing to grip this crisis. In Cobargo, residents and firefighters refused to shake his hand, heckling him as he visited the devastated town.
You're out, son! You are out!
I think that the strength of the individuals, as we've just seen on display there, I think that says everything about Australia and the spirit that will get them through this weekend, and the spirit will help them rebuild.
The Australian Navy have been evacuating people from Malakuta, where 4,000 people were stranded on the beach, exposed to choking smoke and doing what they can to protect vulnerable lungs as they leave. Elsewhere in Malakuta, tourists and residents were given an evacuation briefing in a cinema without power.
Current planning is that we can take up to 1,000 people per voyage.
The town may be cut off for weeks, with water supplies out. They're being brought in by boat, as the smoke means it's too dangerous to fly. Some are already blaming climate change for the 3-year drought which has preceded this crisis. But policies to limit controlled burning in recent years have also left the countryside full of tinder-dry fuel. The forecast is for the wind to fan the flames on Saturday, leaving more towns and people at the mercy of these wildfires, where temperatures can soar to 3,000 degrees Celsius. Dan Rivers, News at 10, Southern New South Wales, Australia.